This is Garman Herigstad, and I'm going to be showing you how I make a desktop in Houdini 20. So for the basic desktop that starts up with the build, and I'm going to create my own, and so I'm going to call this new desktop. So everything is brand new, and I'm going to save it right away, and I'm going to call this Garmin H20. Okay, and this is the way I like to do it, and this is for a single screen. I don't have multiple monitors for this example. Uh, and the first thing I do is I go up and I change this pen to number 1. If you're brand new to Houdini and you're using the existing desktops, it uses that pin system. And that's pretty cool if you know what's happening, but it's very easy to get lost. And so I'm going to change it to a number. Now you can pick any number and you can have any set of this linking. So what these numbers do is that they link the windows together. So let's say you have parameters in a node and they're linked together, and you have another set of parameters and another set of nodes. You want to link them together. And so I'm going to force that to be number 1. We can pick any number through here just as long as they're the same number. So right away, it opens it with a scene view. And then I'm going to split it. And I go up here to the top right, and I'm going to split left and right. And then I'm going to split left and right again. So split left, right. and there we go. Now I'm going to split top, bottom. And there's a reason for doing that in this order. Okay. Now if I click on this plus sign here, I could add a new one, or I can change it. So I'm going to pick here, and I'm going to pick pane type, and this one is going to be tree view. And the bottom one, I'm going to have that to be good old-fashioned text port. So I'm going to pick my pane type. That's under miscellaneous, and then I pick text port. Okay, and I'm going to scoot this over to the left. Now the order that I did this affects how the splitting goes. So now each one of these windows can be moved up and down like that. And so that's the reason why I created 3 vertical ones before I created 3 horizontal ones. Okay. So now this is going to be my main, and this bottom one here, I'm going to change this to be a inspector geometry spreadsheet. Okay. And I have that. And then I'm going to change the top one here. And this one is going to be set pane type is going to be network editor, network view. And the bottom one is going to be parameters. Okay. Now these are, and then I'm going to go up here and save this. So I have to explicitly save current desktop. Okay. And then it tells me where it's saved. Now this is also important for just working in Houdini. On my computer, which is a Windows computer, it's going to tell me exactly where it's saved that. And so if you ever want to go in and copy it and replace it or things like that, you can go into that folder and edit things, or you know where they are. So let's say you want to send it over to another computer, then you can like copy paste it over to another computer. Okay. So now each one of these only has one pane in it. So these are called individual panes, and sometimes I'll call them a window, but the technical term is pane. And with each pane tab, each pane, it can have multiple tabs. So for the scene view, I can add it. So if I click on add, I can pick viewers. So these are the main viewers, and I can have scene view, which I'm currently in. I can have composite view, so we'll add a composite view. That's for layering images together. Houdini has its own built-in compositing tool. I'm going to pick context view. And I'm not going to pick the motion view in this one. Okay, so I'm going to go back to scene view. Okay, so now something that's important is that when I made these new viewers, the number 1 didn't get copied. So I want to make sure that they're number 1. And so context view, composite view, scene view. Okay, and so now I have that. And so now down below here, I'm going to also add another text port, miscellaneous. This is kind of a narrow text port. This is a wide text port. And the other one I'm going to add is pane type. I'm going to add a mantra take list. And I'm still using mantra, although I'm in the process of migrating to use the new Solaris lighting system. But I still use some mantra options. Okay, so that's this set of windows. And then they're on the right up here, I'm going to add a material type, add a material palette. So that's there. And so I just have those two. And down here below, I'm just going to leave it like this for now. So my parameters. Now, as you see, when I was going through those, like if I click on this plus sign, you can see there's a lot of things for Solaris. And right now, I'm not familiar enough with it to know, or Solaris, which ones I should be using for that. And so I'll come out with another desktop for that later. Now, once I got my desktop made, I'm going to go to my desktop manager here and I'm going to pick Save Current Desktop. Okay. Sometimes I make a copy. I'm going to save a copy as H20. I'll call it B. Or B. And then again, the reason why do I do that is that I want to have a copy, because sometimes I'll mess up my desktop and it won't let me go back. There's like no undo for desktop, so I'll just switch back to the other desktop. So these are identical, and it's partly because if I mess up my desktop, you have to be careful about saving your desktops or having some kind of automatic save desktop feature on. I don't ever have that on. Okay, so that's a desktop. Next, we'll be working on preferences.